Hello everyone, welcome to my new workshop. Today I'll be showing you how I modified this Nerf Vulcan that shoots 7.1 darts per second. Typically, this mod consists of a Vulcan, the Nerf deployed carrying handle, and a Nerf Maverick as the grip, but I'm choosing to use this leftover regulator grip because I wanted to put it to use and because it has a rev switch hole. So the main goal is to harvest the deploy carrying handle as the stock. And then I just remove the circuit board and wiring from the Vulcan internals because we're going to replace them. I'm removing that circuit board on top of the motor. So I use my Dremel to clear out a slot for wires to go through into the handle. I've been using some hot glue to temporarily hold the integration together. And of course it's not permanent yet, but hot glue is a good material to use to fix your integrations together. Now I'm going to mix some epoxy putty, this stuff and also this stuff, same thing, and now I'm going to permanently fuse them together. When you're placing the epoxy putty down, make sure to press it firmly into all the cracks and crevices, and this part I took my time with, and I tried to make it really nice because you will be holding all the weight by the handle and you don't want it to break off. Now I'm placing it on the inside as well, same way. I just used a regular hacksaw to chop off the Vulcan handle because that is obsolete. And if you need an adult to assist you with this, don't be afraid to ask. My Dremel ran out of battery, so I had to cut the camera there, but I Dremeled out this part of the deploy. It fits nicely on the back right here. I also cleared out a little tunnel for the wires to come through, and I also cleared out a tunnel for the wires to go through the handle as well. Also, the trigger still slides perfectly. Now I'm going to epoxy putty the stock to the back of the Vulcan. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Also adding this Raider / Rampage magwell to it, and the reason for that is because I'm going to screw a 50 cal ammo box, a real metal box, to these 6-round mags, and then I'll be able to insert 50-round ammo chain because the boxes are way bigger. We've got temporary hot glue, of course, and that just holds it in place so I can get the epoxy putty on. Also, whenever we get to the soldering of this build, I will be using this stock strife cage with different motors, but I will be using the flywheels and the cage. The flywheel cage is going to rest up and down just like this, like it was in the strife, and the only thing I have to do is just Dremel out a little bit of this top shell, which is hollow, so I'm going to cut some of that off so it actually goes right in the middle. So there's been a lot of dremeling on the flywheel cage and on the Vulcan so that the flywheel cage fits in there and aligns with the barrel and the ammo belt. So I have these extended Michel motors. I forget what they were, but they are a little bit longer. Not the longest ones, but they're like the medium longer ones. Motors, and as long as you get identical motors, I got these from worker.com. They came in this little box. As long as they're identical, you'll be fine. But yeah, I'm not going to demonstrate all of my soldering because I would add another 30 minutes of footage into this. So I'll put a picture of my schematic above, and I'll also give great detail. I'll record all of my wiring and show you everything. So if you want to copy my schematic, go ahead. Okay, so we got the motor hooked up to an XT60 connector. I have this, I think this is a 2S LiPo. It's very, very close to being dead, but I'm just going to use this just as a test. Wow, that's impressive. Wow, so the only mod I did to the Vulcan was a LiPo internal, and That's not even fully charged, but look how much faster and harder it shoots. That's crazy. Okay. So next, I'm going to do the rev switch will connect to the flywheels right here. And that's pretty much how simple this mod is. I took the rev switch out of this Nerf gun here, or not the rev switch, the laser button switch, because I needed a rev switch, so that's what that is. And I fused it on with super glue, black hot glue, and I melted the plastic with my iron just to extend it a little bit. And I'm using this micro switch here, so it's a little bit longer. I can glue that in place. We got one more wire. It's the black wire from the negatives of the flywheels, and then it goes straight to this XT60 connector. You can do one LiPo battery, but I heard it's pretty wise to divide the LiPos, you know, one for the Vulcan and then one for the flywheels. It's not that difficult, it's just hooking them up. In my opinion, it's actually easier. Okay, time for the flywheel test. It is all wired up. I utilized the handle here and had the wire run through the front guard here to go to the red side. And let's hook up the flywheel. I marked it with an F. Okay, here we go. Please don't blow up. Holy shit. Sounds like a race car. Okay, let's have a dart fly through to make sure I have the flywheel spinning the right way.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
So long story short, it was not the right way. You see, I had this motor right here flipped 180 degrees. It typically has these red dots, and I had both red dots up in the left corner. So it was a simple fix. I had to flip it this way. So this one was initially spinning the wheel in towards the gun, and this one was spinning correctly out towards the gun. And of course, you want both of them to spin out towards the gun so the Nerf dart shoots out. So simple fix, but the soldering was kind of difficult. All right, that was an excruciatingly painful fix, but I got it figured out. Let's hook up the battery. Please don't blow up. Cool, let's try to get a dart through it. Yeah! All right, cool. I have this steel bracket, surprisingly being held with that black hot glue. That stuff's very versatile. And that is because there's nothing holding up the flywheels in position. Also, I had to Dremel a lot out for the flywheels to fit, but they fit, and this is what it looks like. Put that black wire right there. We got one LiPo connector for the flywheels and for the Vulcan internals. And that's the mod right there, besides the integrations of the decoy and the regulator, or Maverick grip, whatever you decide to do. Alright, that's scary. Okay. Alright, test number 1. Two cell LiPo batteries. Of course, there's some unfinished things, but you know, let's see if the pusher and flywheels are symbiotic. So, all right. Holy shit, it works. Oh my god. Dude, this is awesome. Also, I had the tube for the barrel. I plan to have it like stick out like about that far because I like it a little bit long. I'm gonna have to add another barrel on the inside or extend this one. But it sticks out regardless, so I had a Dremel around the tip here, so it actually slides out. And that's because the flywheel is in the way, so it has to stick out anyway, but I like it sticking out like that. I think it looks pretty cool. But it works! Okay, that's awesome. Okay, last thing before I show you all the firing. I have this 50 round ammo chain, of course, and it's modified. It's two 25 round ammo belts that I spliced together. You just unscrew that one dud round and then put the holes through the dud round, and then you screw it back together, and then you got, you can make a chain infinitely long actually, so long as it has a dud round on one of the ends. But I want to be able to have 50 rounds because the rate of fire is actually crazy on that thing, and I'll show you that in a second. But this is a 30 cal ammo box, and you can get these from like hunting stores, sporting stores, Rural King, Harbor Freight, either one. But that's where I got this, and look, it perfectly holds 50 rounds just like that. So I'm going to utilize that to make a 50 round ammo box, and it's optional if you want to have it on the blaster. That's why I have these magazines, but the issue is I need to cut it where I marked it right there to actually go up in the blaster a little bit more, because it sits a little too low for my liking. It works, the magazine fits in there too, but it's just a little too low for my liking, so we're actually going to cut it on those Sharpie lines. It's kind of hard to see, just so it goes up into the blaster a little bit more. I just used tin snips and a cut wheel on my Dremel, and then bent the metal back and forth to break them off, and then I went back with a sanding bit with the Dremel to smooth out those serrated edges so they're not sharp. Okay, there it is. I'm going to use this Dremel bit to smooth out all these edges so you don't get cut. I like that. Okay, so this is where we're at. This is what I envisioned the entire time, and it's basically complete. I plan to add this stock, which came off of a Firefly, and that will be the actual butt end of the stock, but I'm going to do that in the next video, which is when I paint it. But I actually fastened the magazine to the box with 2 small screws, and then of course you have the option to press that mag release, and then you can take the ammo box off. So if you want to have more than one ammo box ready to go, or if you want to place the 25 round ammo box that came with the Vulcan on, you also have that option as well. This is nice for if you want to like more compact, but you're sacrificing 25 rounds. But it's always nice to have the option. And of course, I like to mow down people with ammo. And since this thing's rate of fire is absolutely insane, we have a 50 round option just like that. So the moment I've been waiting for and you've been waiting for, let's shoot the hell out of this thing. All right. 50 rounds. Nice. 25 round stock box for the Vulcan. There you go. The main mod that I envisioned for a while. It really does look like a saw. And that is going to wrap it up for my first video on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the new subscribers already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.